So there are some enemies in the nearby area, and they're quite well hidden away, so you do want to be a little careful moving about in this area before the fence.
Are you alright?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
It doesn't sound like I know how to whistle.
It doesn't say any particular on that note. I do remember. So you do find a lot of small things along the way. You do find like, yeah, 5 skill points here, 5 there. You find a few single weapon upgrade parts, but don't underestimate the value of them, because they do build up quite quickly as well when you open all of these doors. And
Nice.
something I have noticed is that you find about the same amount of skill upgrades and weapon upgrades, so even if you don't find as much ammunition and shiv parts and molotov parts and all of that, you still get all of these skill points, and you get the weapon upgrades, and those are really important. So as long as you keep getting the blades, you should do quite well for yourself. And in some areas there are quite many, so you do want to not create too much things with your materials. So you want to save them until you know if you're gonna need them, and then you can create as much as you need for that right moment. So you try to just
Let's jam from the other side.
save it.
Here, boost me up.
No, that's not such a good idea.
Well, I can't boost you up. How else are we gonna get over there?
Alright, come here.
So yeah, the harder difficulties is all about
Just open it, okay?
resource management.
Sure thing.
Easy, easy.
Okay. Okay. Ta-da.
Good job.
Thank you.
One additional tip I could give for you guys also is that
So
when you
if we get a
play,
car from this buddy of yours, then what?
Well, then we go find Tommy.
Marlene said he's your brother?
And more importantly, he was a firefly. He'd know where to take you.
Okay.
He lives far from here, which is why we need the car.
so yeah, one advice for you guys is that when you come to an area and you get certain weapon, try to use that weapon a little more than the rest, because you do find some ammunition for those weapons, at least in the area where you first find it. So just in case you build up your ammunition, you don't want to
Gnomes.
have
Yeah,
too much,
those are gnomes.
because
Man,
some
I had an art book filled with these.
some
I always
weapons
thought they were super
have a
cute.
maximum ammo capacity.
Not fairies, though. They creep me out.
Alright, man.
For example, this rifle, I think the maximum bullets you can carry is 8 or 9, and when I came around this part earlier, I did realize that I was carrying around too much ammunition. So when I found several bullets, I didn't actually need them. So it's always better if you can get the ammunition you need for the weapon you need. Also, I believe that using your bow, you should only use it when you get it, as we will soon, I believe. It's a stealth weapon, and when you get it, you only use it for stealth, and you try to pull the bow as much as you can, because I believe that you have a bigger chance of getting your arrows back when you use them.
Oh, look at that.
So we're doing a little scavenge hunt. And I do tend to save the materials I find a little bit until I know what I want to use them for. I know in some cases you can argue that if you don't spend them, then you're wasting them, because in a situation you could have used them, you were just hanging on to them, so...
Evacuation. Evacuate to where?
What do you think? Quarantine zone. See, some places got a heads up before the infection showed up. Most didn't.
Man, must be hard. Just leaving all your stuff behind like that.
That ain't the hard part.
And so, if you...
Fireflies were everywhere, huh?
Yeah, they were. Hoping to restore the country to what it was.
Well, with a vaccine, maybe they will.
Maybe.
So they do chat a lot in between.
Bill's handiwork.
Anybody else live in this town?
As I know, it's just him.
And this is the safe combination for the safe up the road. And I was saying, I do not want to intrude in the conversations they have, because they do sometimes get really sentimental and sweet and, you know, all these feelings. So, but I was going to say that I do want personally to save... I do want to save my skill upgrades and weapon upgrades just a little while at least, until I feel like I have maybe a few hundred weapon upgrades to use and a few weapons to upgrade. You should not maybe spend all of it, because if you do find a weapon, you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. So, over and all, it's up to you if you want to spend it or if you wanna spend it wisely. You can also do some reading if you feel like you wanna use them right now. So we're just gonna check it out. So there are some small notes you find around. And you do notice that we do find quite a bit of parts as we run around in the buildings.
What is?
All this music that's just sitting here. No one's around to listen to it. I don't know. Doesn't seem right.
So yeah, we do have quite a bit of upgrades. I've been doing some reading, and you can argue about what you would want to have. I feel like I'm quite close to what the majority of the people think. But I do like to be accurate with my weapons.
Jesus!
Whoa, Nelly. What the hell was that?
That would be one of Bill's traps.
Your friend a bit paranoid, maybe?
That's putting it lightly.
What's the deal with this guy?
Well, he helped us smuggle stuff into the cities. He knows how to find things.
Oh man, you gotta teach me. Well, let's hope we don't blow up trying to find him.
Just watch your step, you'll be fine.
Okay, so we found another door to open, and you always find quite a lot of things in here, so it's really nice to be able to open all of them. believe that was everything. They are not as generous with the ammunition, but as I said, in some places you do find a little more, so you just have to stay patient. Well, yeah, I do prefer to be more accurate with my weapon, and when you upgrade this both times, you don't really... if I aim now, you see the aiming is moving around a lot, and if you have both upgrades, it's not gonna move at all. And it can be frustrating
Jeez.
when you're fighting against humans running at you. Not only do the enemy move and can make you miss the shots, but also your weapon is moving at the same time, so it's a lot harder to aim. And being able to kill a clicker with a shiv, I think it's a little unnecessary, because I feel like either I get through the part or I'm gonna fail. So I would rather have those for opening the doors and rely more on my weapons.
Pretty good shot with that thing.
How about we just leave this kind of stuff to me?
Well, we could both be armed. Cover each other.
I don't think so.
So yeah, I would rely more on my weapons and my technique. So I would go for weapon sway and maximum health.
Here. I can use this.
Even if you could kill several clickers with the shivs without dying, and then kill other humans.
Alright.
I don't feel like, if I've not been using it too much right now, I'm probably not gonna use it later. But we're gonna see how this progresses, because I do know that most people playing this on harder difficulty find that they are useful. But yeah, there are ways to avoid, and when I've played now and I've been trying to use my ammunition to its full capacity. If you, for example, have a shotgun, you don't want to shoot at one target, you want to try to line them up so you can kill two in one bullet. Therefore you need to run around and make sure they get closer before you shoot, and they do need to be quite close in order to grab you and kill you, so
let's give this baby a whirl.
so yeah, you do want to drag this all the way up. And I didn't want to waste more arrows killing him.
Now listen. Bill ain't exactly the most stable of individuals. So when we get there, you let me do the talking. You understand?
I understand.
You gotta be clear on this. He don't take too kindly to strangers.
Alright.
Bill's a good guy, he just definitely needs some time warming up to you, that's all.
So I'm doing a little check around while we move ahead. And the flashlight, even if it's light outside, does make it easier to see if you find something.
See that wire? Stay underneath it, okay? Just keep your head low and you'll be fine.
Alright.